Hello, everybody. I'm Matt.
And I'm Maggie.
And, we are frozen on the screen here. I'm not sure exactly
How?
what's going on. Let me see. Can I might have to reactivate the camera. So here, let's do this. Kind of like what I had to do for the VCR that one time.
Yeah. What on earth?
Hey!
Maybe?
Oh wow, I just like blew the sound out. Sorry about that, everybody.
Sorry.
All right, let's try that again. Hello, everybody. I'm Matt.
And I'm Maggie.
And we are...
Hopefully awesome.
That's right, a positive place on the internet where we nerd out about all the geeky things we love. And today's geeky thing is... Somebody smile. Season 4 is here. That's right, everybody. A new season of Smallville is taking flight. Let me tell you, Maggie. It's going to be redonkulous. You know what else is redonkulous? Our Patreon over at patreon.com/hopefullyawesome. You can join and get your name on every episode like these fine folks did right here, including our September producer for the month, Basilius of Stupidonia. Thank you for being our Patreon producer. We greatly appreciate you. Remember, you can also join right here on youtube.com/hopefullyawesome. You can join our new membership club where you can get access to these rad emotes. Thank you. I was totally blanking there. We got a bunch of stuff, everybody. You know, we got some cool stuff. Everybody loves it. It's great. It's fun. Here's the deal. I'm ecstatic today, Maggie.
Ecstatic?
I am ecstatic. I'm ecstatic.
Okay.
I'm ecstatic today.
I'm sorry.
What do you think I said?
I said it sounded like you added a T at the end.
I'm ecstatic.
Yeah.
Like I'm ecstatic. I'm ecstatic. I think I
know what you're trying to do.
What?
Add an ED to it, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm ecstatic.
I don't know if
I am excited.
There
because we are starting Smallville season 4. Maggie, when I tell you that Smallville season 4 is one of my favorite seasons, you should know that is no lie. All right. Oh, hey, we got Lucy.
Chat's wanting Lucy. Matt ZR.
Hey, there you go, Matt ZR.
Lucy.
Throw up the Lucy's in the chat. Boom. There you go. She's the star of the show. Let's be honest. I feel like, look, here's the thing. I feel like things look a little off. Like, I feel like the you usually can't see all of this right here. I feel like we're seeing a little bit more of that. Like the cord out there. And then like over here, you can see like back here, you know? I feel like that doesn't usually work. And I feel like the color.
We're running behind tonight, guys. Don't
fix your pink a little bit. It doesn't look like the pink showing. That's what she said.
The colors off.
No, wait. Yeah. It needs to.
It there.
Well, no, like it needs to point straight towards the TV, not towards us.
It's TV.
There we go. Everybody, it's Thursday. Thank fucking God it's Thursday. All right. Like, in all seriousness, because this has been a week. Not a bad week. It's just a week.
It's a week.
Know?
Seasons to change.
I keep falling asleep while we're watching Young Justice. I don't like it. Like I love Young Justice. I just don't like that I keep falling asleep on it.
Well, because it's been really about magic.
Yeah, the last season, not great, right? Phantoms, not great. A much better Ben Affleck movie than a season of Young Justice, if I'm being completely honest. You get it, Maggie? That was
yeah.
Hey, if this is your first time joining us this week, I've rocked it every week, every day this week. The Buc-ee's cup. We went to Buc-ee's, and I love this damn cup.
I'm still trying to manifest an NSYNC reunion tour.
It's happening. And don't worry, everybody. I'll be going back to my different mug for every show next week. I wanted to throw my
solo cup.
Red steel solo cup for Buc-ee.
Matt ZR says season 4 is one of his favorites too.
Right? Oh, man. Come on. So good. Like, obviously, we're not going to talk spoilers right now, but my God. I think this is, like, it is definitely in the top half of seasons. I would argue it may be, like, either number 1 or number 2. I can only think of, like, maybe one other season that I like just as much as this one.
Yeah.
But like, I feel like season 4 has more of a majority of good episodes than maybe any other season. Season 6 is really good.
Yeah.
Like, it's got some really, really good episodes in it, but I feel like it also struggles a little in certain parts. I just don't recall a lot of that season just right off the top of my head.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's probably a sign. Season 7, as you all know, is just absolute fucking garbage. But we're not here to discuss the seasons of Smallville. We're here to go back to Smallville. Should we replace that at some point?
No, not the CGI corn.
Like, here's the thing, Maggie. The opening credits of this season, brand new.
Yeah.
Okay, brand new opening credits.
It's brand new.
When should we update our Smallville stuff, or do we just never update it?
Well, I know Remy Zero is never going to be updated.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, maybe we don't update them. Maybe we just keep adding new segments.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like pizza
Yeah.
time. You know?
Pizza time.
Yeah. All right, everybody.
Okay.
Here's the deal. Season 4, episode 1,
Mm-hmm.
Crusade. All right. The last crusade of Kal-El, one might say. Or the first. Depends on who you ask. This is episode 67 overall of Smallville. Just wait for 2 more episodes.
Oh my god.
You did it last night?
No.
You said that last night. When we were doing the show. I can't even correct it. Like, it just keeps sounding worse and worse the more I talk about it.
Don't do
I'm just gonna keep going. Original air date September 22nd, 2004. 19 years ago. Just a mere 6 days ago. Mere 6 days ago.
Mere 6 days ago.
Written by everybody's favorite. I'm joking. Alfred Goh and Miles Millar.
Yeah.
Previous episodes include season 1 episodes Pilot, Tempest. Wait, sorry, I skipped like a bunch. Pilot, Metamorphosis, Zero, and Tempest. Season 2 episodes Vortex, Lineage, Rosetta, Exodus. Season 3
I
episodes
feel like we're naming
Exile.
books in the Bible.
they all do. Exile, Memoria, Covenant.
Hallelujah.
Season 4 episode Crusade.
Quit, Lou. Quit.
All right, and here's the deal, Maggie. This is their final episode that they write in the entire series.
Colonel Sanders.
Colonel, what up, Colonel?
Bro, we've been missing ya.
He's been hanging out in the comments. I've
Okay.
been seeing him popping up on the community posts and stuff.
All right.
Homelander, completely agree. It's Homelander.
I voted Homelander.
Did you? I really wanted to vote for Brightburn. I was like, I can't do it. It's Homelander.
I was caught between Omni-Man and Homelander.
Mm-hmm. Those are the two. Those are definitely the two. Do you know why I put that? Do you know why that was the poll for today?
It was the evil Superman.
Yes. Well, but the reason
Kinda like evil Superman.
Yeah, well, so 2 pieces. One, it's that because in this episode, obviously, he's a dark version of.
Yeah.
It's kind of a dark version, but also the Boys spinoff launches tomorrow.
Ah,
Gen V.
Yeah, Gen V.
Gen V. And I think I read somewhere it was like it had 100% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh crap!
But it had like 20 reviews. So
oh, wow.
like I'm sure it'll drop. But still, I mean, the fact that the initial reviews
Yeah.
were so high, that's pretty good. As long as nobody paid for it. So like I said, this is the final episode written by Goh and Miller. They do still stick around the show through season 7, which I'll give you some more dates here. But since it's their last episode, we're going to kind of wrap up everything else that they did in their career. So they went on to write Spider-Man 2 in 2004, followed by Herbie Fully Loaded in 2005.
Yeah.
They did the rewrite You know who did the first, right?
Thomas Lennon and
Tom Lennon, yeah. And the other guy, which deserves more respect than what I'm giving him. Yeah. Followed by Maggie. I don't know if you're aware of this. And no spoilers in chat. They also tried to pitch a new series on the WB.
Oh God! What?
About another DC Comics character.
Aquaman.
It was Aquaman. It was. It's called Mercy Reef. Mercy Reef, because that's where he grew up. And they
a horrible name for a town.
Listen, they wrote it. They made the pilot, right?
I'm sorry, Lou.
Justin Hartley from This Is Us.
Yeah.
Right? And like Heart of Dixie or whatever. He was Aquaman. Yeah. And it didn't get picked up.
Of course.
Yeah. And so they actually released it on iTunes back in the day. Well, this was crazy. This never happened, okay? Like they never did stuff like this. Like unaired pilots that it just went into the vault. Like you would maybe get it as a special feature sometime, but like they didn't just release these digitally, right? And we're in a heyday. So in 2006 they released it on iTunes for $1.99. And Maggie.
Did you buy it, Matt?
I did not buy it because I got it through other means. We won't talk about it. But I did buy it last week because it was still up for $1.99.
You've got to be kidding me.
Yeah, it's still there. So I bought it. So I've been waiting to tell you about this. But after we watch the 4 Superman movies and then Superman Returns, we're then going to watch the Aquaman pilot.
Okay.
Because that'll be between seasons 5 and 6.
Okay.
Okay. And that's when it would have... Like, it's not tied to anything. It's not a spinoff of Smallville. Just to be completely clear, they are completely separate.
Yeah.
Annette O'Toole actually does a voiceover as Aquaman's mom in it. But, I mean, it's the pilot. They would have recast it and stuff. But yeah. And the woman that played Fake Kara, she's in it as, like, was it a siren or whatever? Okay, yeah. So it's its own universe and stuff. So we'll watch it then, and then so we're kind of taking a break from the Donner stuff, but then between 6 and 7 we're gonna watch the Supergirl movie. Okay. So and then I haven't figured out what we're gonna do for 8, 9, and 10 yet. Man of Steel at some point, but really that didn't come out till after Smallville.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll do it between seasons 10 and 11.
Yeah. That sounds good. What? I'm scared. What?
There's only 10 seasons of Smallville.
Yeah.
But between seasons 10 and 11, we're going to watch Man of Steel. Do you know what the 11th season of Smallville was? They did a digital-only comic.
Oh, no, Matt. No.
Season 11. Maggie, it's great, and we're going to do it. All right? We're going to do it. We're going to do it, everybody. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. It's a lot of fun. It's only like 17 issues. Well, wait. Like 17 trade paperback. So like whatever, 17 times 4, whatever that is. That's how many issues it is. If that many. Might even be less.
68.
Then after that, they left Smallville in April of 2008 after season 7 had wrapped. They went on to write The Mummy 3: Tomb of the Dragon Emperor in 2008.
Yikes.
They wrote the hit film I Am Number 4 in 2011. A very Smallville-like movie, just to be clear. It's about an alien boy who...
17 billion issues. Sorry.
It's about an alien boy who grows up in a small town. I kid you not, but it's decent.
Wait.
Yeah.
Is it animated? Like, ish?
Mm-mm. No. It was around the time of like it was a Y book before it was a movie.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't.
Quinn from Glee is in it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Number 4. Check it out. We'll watch it at some. Maybe that's what we'll watch. Like season between 8 and 9.
I'm Number 4.
What a fucking travesty that would be. Then Maggie, they rebooted Charlie's Angels as a series.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That had Lila Garrity. Yeah.
I think we had looked into it.
Lasted all of 8 episodes.
I wonder why.
Then there was a couple of things that I didn't recognize, so I just kind of skipped over it. But the most recent thing they did, of course, in 2022, they launched the new hit series Wednesday. So still need to watch that.
Yeah.
I've heard good things. So Go and Miller, they've been jack-a-lacking around,
Yeah. They're just doing their thing.
Is the show better once they leave? Yeah. Well, okay, here's the thing. They only had, I believe, I could be wrong, but I want to say the plan was to end with either season 4 or season 5. Okay, that was basically their plan, because they wanted it to pretty much Smallville ends and Superman the movie begins. Okay, that was kind of the goal.
Yeah.
So all of Smallville would take place during the Smallville flashback in the first Superman movie.
Yeah.
Right? That's kind of what the idea was. And so they went longer than that, obviously. And so the whole thing is he's not Superman in the show Smallville. So they kind of drug their feet and was like, how can we, not let him become Superman?
We can't let him be Superman.
Yeah, and so they keep trying to stay behind this barrier of Superman continuity.
Yeah.
That they've constructed for themselves, and because of that, they just start really, really treading water. By season 7, it's almost it just sucks. Honestly, they're just doing shit, and you're like, what is happening? And then finally they leave. And then the people that take over, they don't get me wrong, they don't rush him into Superman or nothing. But they don't care about Superman the movie and connecting to it.
Yeah.
So they may introduce characters that Clark would meet later in life in the Superman movies, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And so they just start doing things their own way. Smallville becomes its own universe once season 8 starts. So
That's okay.
Anyway, that's I know I'm talking a lot about precursor stuff here, but since we're talking about the final episode that the original creators wrote, I felt like it was good to kind of, speak on them for just a bit. So, this episode was directed by Greg Beeman, the beaming Beeman himself.
Yes. In chat, we have Colonel Sanders saying, you haven't watched Wednesday. And Matt CR says, I still need to watch Wednesday myself.
Yeah, sorry, Colonel.
Yeah, we never got around to it.
We really want to.
I think we need to in October.
I've just been busy watching Young Justice.
We've been a bit busy watching a lot of things.
Honestly, I forget what it was specifically, but I wasn't interested.
Yeah.
And then
it's because Tim Burton's involved in it.
That's what it was.
But it is there's girls at school that wear Wednesday clothes, and I'm
now that I've seen how much it's taken over media and stuff, even what's her name, Jenna Ortega, I know she was in the prior Scream, but she was in the most recent one, and she hosted Saturday Night Live. She was really funny in that. So it looks better than I was expecting.
Yeah,
I'll give it that. So Greg Beeman directed this episode. Previous episodes include from season 1, Hothead, Jitters, shout out to Jitters, Leech, Tempest, season 2, Vortex, Lineage, Prodigal, Exodus, season 3, Exile,
Hallelujah.
Asylum, Hereafter, Legacy, and Covenant, and of course the season 4 premiere, Crusade.
Yeah.
Get this. Season 2 ends with Exodus. Season 3 begins with Exile. Season 3 ends with Covenant. Season 4 begins with Crusade. Double letters. Interesting. Like Lois Lane, Lex Luthor, Lana Lang, Clark Kent.
That's same sounds.
It works. I'm going to say it works. Hey, Maggie.
Yeah.
3 months later. That's right. The second cousin of Chloe Sullivan, Lois Lane, arrives in Smallville, trying to find the missing Clark Kent to help her to find Chloe's murderer. After being struck by a mysterious ray, Lois loses control of her car and finds Clark naked.
Naked?
But naked.
He's naked.
He is without apparel.
But.
Half naked.
A butt.
That's a Twister reference. It's always a Twister reference, everybody. She loses control of her car and finds Clark naked with amnesia in a cornfield. She brings him to Smallville Medical Center where Martha is with Jonathan Kent, who has been in an irreversible coma for 3 months. Martha brings Clark back to the farm, expecting him to retrieve his memory. Okay. Maggie's got to run away for just a moment, so I'll keep reading this.
Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. Here, I'm going to do that for you. All right. So, where was that? Retrieve his memory. Expecting him to retrieve his memory. However, Clark is completely dehumanized, having been taken over by his alter ego, Kal-El. That's right, everybody. Meanwhile, in Paris, Lana Lang has an American boyfriend, a young man named Jason Teague, and is having a good time with him. Until things take a turn when she gets hit with a mysterious force. Elsewhere, Lex is struggling to recover from being poisoned as he travels to bring an ancient object retrieved from an excavation in Egypt, which Clark/Kal-El is also after and uses his flying abilities to grab the crystal. In midair, also Lois visits the imprisoned Lionel to talk with him about Chloe, while Martha has a meeting with an associate of Virgil Swan's named Bridget Crosby. Not Bing Crosby, just so we're all clear. That'd be a totally different situation. Who gives her a new type of kryptonite to combat Clark/Kal-El. Sorry, I lost my spot. Lana wakes up the next day having no memory of how she got home. She also finds a mysterious symbol on her back. We've all woken up half naked and with a tattoo on our lower back, right? Just me? Okay, that's fine. Lana wakes up, no memory. Back in the caves, Martha presses the black kryptonite into Clark's chest. Clark and Kal-El split into two beings and begin to fight each other for control. Martha throws the black kryptonite to Clark, who stabs it into Kal-El, effectively combining them back, this time with Clark in control. Simultaneously, Jonathan miraculously wakes up. Lois goes to the Smallville cemetery to pay her respects to Chloe when she is surprised to find Clark behind her. Clark offers to help her find out what happened to Chloe and extends an invitation for Lois to stay at the Kent farm. Lois gives him some time alone to pay his respects to Chloe at her grave, but then Clark x-rays the coffin and it turns out, what? It's empty. He announces to Lois that Chloe is still alive. This is Smallville, Season 4. Everybody, my God, so good, right? Look, this, the lot here. Can I just turn this one off? Nope, that turned off. Erica Durance as Lois. Just phenomenal, right? Turn it back on. Phenomenal. I had forgotten, okay? I'm not trying to say like anybody else has like drug the show down or anything. I mean, obviously we all talk about Lana and stuff all the time. But I had forgotten just the energy that Lois brings to the show. And I know she doesn't even become like a main character until, season 6, 7, 8, maybe. Just so good. Much needed. So much needed. She's funny. She gives Clark crap. I love what we're gonna see here in a few episodes. It's so good, the show feels like Smallville to me when Lois arrives. That feels more like Smallville. Especially at the time, I thought that it was a possibility that Chloe might become Lois. Because she had the fake name and maybe, she died off and then maybe she actually didn't die off, but she had to get a new name, and so she became Lois Lane, that kind of stuff. Obviously, that was not the case. Thank the Lord, because this is so much better. Let's see here. We got Matt ZR in chat. It says, I'm a fan of Wednesday's actress Jenna Ortega from her Disney days. specifically Stuck in the Middle, where the mom that show was played by a certain yellow galaxy. No way! No, the naked lady from not another teen movie? That's fantastic. Oh my god, that's great. Let's see. Also says it was cool having Margot Kidder as Crosby, the fourth alum from Christopher Reeve Superman, and this was the first appearance of Black Kryptonite, if I recall right. You are absolutely correct, Matt CR. Completely agree. Like having Margot Kidder show up, and especially it feels like maybe I'm wrong, but it feels like anytime they bring in like a classic character like Lois Lane, right? Like what was the other one? Well, Christopher Reeve, obviously, when Clark found out about his Kryptonian heritage, right? So like the first time we hear Krypton or whatever, like the fact that they bring in these classic actors from the original series to as kind of a way, or the original movies, to kind of like bridge the gap between them, almost like they're passing the torch. The torch, that's the newspaper. I love that. I think that's such a cool thing. So I mean, this being Lois's first episode, and you have the original Lois in it, and they have some dialogue, which I'll get into here in a bit, about how her and Virgil Swan, like in another lifetime, were a thing and stuff. It's so good. The Black Kryptonite is definitely interesting. I have some other details about the Black Kryptonite later on that I'll get into, but it's interesting that we get like a new Kryptonite, not one that I was familiar with. I was barely familiar with the red Kryptonite when it first showed up, but the Black Kryptonite definitely felt like I didn't know it at all. And it's so funny, like we watched Superman 3 before starting this season, and I did not realize how many parallels there are for Superman 3 in the season 4 premiere. Like Clark being two different people, and one of them's kind of an asshole. And there's a kryptonite element that is in play that splits them apart, right? And puts them back together or whatever. The fact that kryptonite in Superman 3, the element was tar, which of course you would imagine being black, right? And this is black kryptonite. So, I mean, was it all on purpose? And that's who's to say. Plus, you have Terrence Stamp, who voices Jor-El, who was in the Superman movies as a villain called Zod. No, totally, absolutely. I remember reading later in life, not while the show was going on, but that people actually thought that he was secretly Zod, trying to manipulate Kal-El, Clark, and like that's why in the early seasons he was talking about how he's going to be a great ruler and all this stuff. Rule them with strength, my son, or whatever. And that it was all a facade from Zod, that somehow Zod had like messed with Jor-El's original messages or whatever. I love that as an idea. Obviously, that's not the way they take it, as we've seen in the rest of the series. But it was really cool. Like, that's a cool idea. I'm trying to think. Obviously they couldn't get the guy that played Perry. They couldn't get him in there. And future spoilers, we know some other people that show up. Yeah, what a great episode. I'm trying to stretch for time, if you can't tell. I was trying to give Maggie just a little bit more time to get back in here before I start breaking it down. But I'll go ahead and say, as far as this episode goes, as far as the season premiere goes, I would say this is one of the strongest. The only one that would maybe, I would say so far this is the best first episode, the best season opener. I think the next one would probably be season 2. Just the tornado stuff, them trying to find Jonathan, all that stuff. Like, I really like that. Then probably, God, would I put the pilot or season 3 premiere? The pilot's a classic, but also, kind of, they're figuring out the show. You know what I mean? And like, it drags. God, does it drag? It's just so slow. And then you get the bug guy. Season 8, yes. Don't worry. I wish everyone. I wish that we could just do a spoiler episode where just me and you, like Maggie's not here. I mean, Maggie's not here right now. I mean, we could just turn this into the spoiler episode. But like we just talk about all the shit that comes down in the future because like there's so much. I just want to spill my fucking guts out, right? And I don't because I don't want to ruin it for Maggie. But man, there's some good shit, man. Oh my god, I love this show. As far as everything else in the episode is great. I don't know. I don't have anything else to say about the episode. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and go into war. What is it good for?
What is it good for?
Absolutely nothing. Say it again.
Whoa!
He's running for office, everybody. I feel like Maggie always says that, so I had to fill that in. All right, so war was it good for? How have all the relationships progressed this week? So, of course, how Clark and Lana have progressed this week. Well, not much, because Lana's still off in fucking Paris. You know, she's fucking Dean, and you know, I don't blame her. Can I be honest? I don't blame her. Jensen Ackles, a beautiful man. Is he more beautiful than Tom Welling? That's tough, you know? That's tough. That's probably even harder of a question than like ranking the best season premiere episodes. Okay? Like, I mean, you know, and then what, you throw Sam in there and like, what are we gonna do? You know? I was always more team Dean than team Sam. Like Sam's fun, and I get the appeal of Sam, but Dean's funny, you know? Come on, Sam! Like he's he's great. Remember that episode of Supernatural when he gets like the rash? Because he's scared and like he starts singing Eye of the Tiger. So good. God damn, what a great show. Game City Savior says Tom. I'm gonna assume you mean Tom is better than Jensen Ackles. It's tough. I mean, yeah, you're probably right. I mean, have you seen him though as Soldier Boy in The Boys? You know, I don't know. They're both great, both handsome men. You know, they're both just handsome guys. So where are we at? What are we talking about? Lana. How have Clark and Lana progressed this week? So Lana now has a new boyfriend, of course, Jason, and is not thinking about Smallville at all. Clark wasn't really in this episode much, so we don't really know how he's feeling about Lana. Matt ZR says, well, technically Clark wasn't even Clark for most of the episodes, so not like relationships can really do much. That is absolutely right, Matt ZR. You 100% nailed that. I really am curious to see what the fallout is gonna be. When we actually get a Clark in most of an episode. Game City's there. That the one I wish I looked like the most. Oh, nice, good job, Game City Saver. Yeah. I mean, honestly, I would take any of them. I would take Jonathan Kent. You know, I'd take Michael Rosenbaum any day. All right, just shave my head. I really think I should shave my head. I mean, look at it. It's like I'm going bald. You know, but Maggie doesn't want me to shave it. And like, I get it. Maggie's back, everybody. I get it. Like, I don't want to look like, you know, a freaking stupid person. You know what I mean? Like, some people shave their heads and they're fine, but like, without saying words that'll get us banned on YouTube, like, there are some people that shave their heads that are full of hate and vile, and like I don't want to look like that. So I get it. Yeah. Maggie, actually, I think I would look a lot like John Cryer when he played Lex on Supergirl, because like I would have the beard. Yeah, you know. Maggie, we are in war. What is it good for? But before we go further into that, I want to know, how did you feel about this episode?
There's a lot of. I think I was like shocked a lot.
Oh yeah.
If I remember correctly, mostly about how Clark was acting. Like I couldn't believe.
Yeah.
That at the
beginning, showing his bits and pieces.
Yeah. Not
Remember when
not
he was
the naked part, man.
Remember when he's looking at the statue and like he just drops his red blanket. That old lady's like,
oh yeah,
I'm so wet right now.
She's like,
Can somebody get a mop?
Lois Lane, of course. God, I'm just going to try to muddle through this.
Aren't you glad you came back, Maggie, for that? Aren't you glad you got to be here for that? Yes, Matt ZR, thank you. Hang on. Hard pause, everybody. Sorry. I was thinking today. Once Smallville's over, I was thinking about Smallville season 11. That's why I was thinking about this. But once we finish Smallville, should we go back to the Arrowverse?
Oh, Jesus.
And if we did, what would that look like? Would we do just like, would we do all of it?
Oh, God.
And like week to week, we only do one episode. So like when we get into like season 3 of Arrow and like the season 1 of The Flash, would we like 1 week we do Arrow, the next week we do The Flash? And then like when Supergirl and Legends get mixed into it?
No, you're already overwhelming me. No.
I mean,
that's overwhelming.
Here's all I'm going to say,
Maggie.
Maggie. Here's all I'm going to say. Content. For
I hate
decades.
that word.
For decades. All right. I think combined there's like over 500 episodes. We're not going anywhere.
Barf.
Right, so Lois.
Lois Lane. After you completely erased my mind with all that, made me anxious about thinking about watching.
Don't
all
worry
that
about
again.
it. That's at least 4 years from now.
All right, and let's see. Lana's a witch.
Well, listen.
I think she's a witch.
We don't. Okay, everybody. Maggie knows. All
I
right.
know.
I tried.
I know.
I tried. Okay, I tried to not let her get spoiled, but she knew.
I knew.
She saw a GIF.
No, it wasn't a GIF. It was like I was just scrolling through Twitter.
It was a
one night.
clip.
It was a clip.
Yeah, they did
But
a commentary on it.
It's just the commentary. I don't know what was being said or nothing.
Yeah.
And all I know is that her, Chloe, and another chick have black on. And it looks like the Talon, but I don't think it is the Talon.
Do you want to know who the third girl is?
Is it Lois Lane?
It's Lois. That's why I couldn't tell you who it was.
Because I told you, I think it's Elise.
Yeah, and I was like, it's not Alicia. It's not Alicia. But it is Lois.
And I was like,
and that is a great episode.
And I said, I don't know who says it, but Lana, I guess somebody says that Tom Welling is a really good dancer.
Yeah.
And it shows him on the steps dancing. I was like, man, when does this happen?
Yeah, it's coming up. No, we'll talk about it later. He dances bad in the episode. And like, so they're talking about how good of a dancer he is because in order to dance bad. You have to know what good dancing looks like, and that he actually is a good dancer, even though in the episode Clark dances like a moron. So yeah, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's great.
Anyways,
so Lois.
Yeah, Lois, and then Lana's a witch.
Lana's a witch, yeah.
And we got Jensen Ackles.
Come on, Sam! Which you technically already knew about.
Yeah, I knew.
Because I accidentally caused that. Do you remember? I think it was season 1.
Yeah, and I looked at it, I was like, what?
I was like, because, it was Hothead.
Yeah.
Because we were talking about Coach. And I was like, for some reason, Coach Teague came to my head. And then I was like, what is Coach Teague? What is that? Maggie, look it up. You looked it up and it's fucking Jensen Ackles. So yeah, at some point, spoiler alert, he becomes a coach. So.
Well, it shows him with the football field.
I know. You know, it is what it is.
Also, I got reminded of it about a month ago that he was in Smallville because one of my coworkers, we got on a rant talking about.
They didn't spoil Smallville.
No.
I swear to God.
I don't think they've ever watched it.
Okay.
They are aware of who Tom Welling is and what show he's from, but I don't think they've ever watched
Draft
it.
Day.
They knew more about Supernatural. Oh my God. Anyways.
It's a great movie.
It is a great
Stars
movie.
a different Jonathan Kent.
That's true.
And Chadwick Boseman.
That's true.
It's a great movie.
It is a great
movie.
movie.
And Elektra.
Elektra.
Man, just comic book legacy there. Yeah. Wow.
Anyways, crap. And she said, yeah, what else was he? Was he on something with Tom Welling?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, maybe. And I like talking. I was like, I said, I gotta close it. She said, what? I said, I'm not
not allowed
supposed
to look at
I'm
that.
not all I know is that Chances Eccles is in Smallville with Tom Welling. That's all I know.
Yeah.
And I can't look any further than that. She said, okay.
So did you like the episode?
Yes, I did.
I already gave
I really loved Martha's.
Martha was great.
Martha was great.
Yeah, what'd you think about Bridget Crosby, aka Margot Kidder?
I saw Margot Kidder's name show up in the opening credits, and I was like, "Oh, what?"
Oh,
But it was really cool to see those two actresses talking to each other
for the
since we
first time
watched-
since Superman 3.
Yeah. Since
Sorry,
we watched
that's
Superman
exactly
3.
what you were getting ready to say. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah. Right. Matt's too excited.
I'm very excited.
Alright. But yeah,
Where would
I
you
really
rank
enjoyed-
this amongst the other 3 premieres? So, like, we have the pilot, of course. Then we have the season 2 premiere, which was the tornado, and Jonathan Kent was stuck under the
Vortex.
trailer, and the big jars of penises, smelly old pee-pee. And then we had If you're new to this podcast,
Man, go back in time.
just at least watch that one episode because
Yeah.
that was great. And then season
Found
3.
the episodes where I have laryngitis and Matt loses it all the time.
So the season 2 premiere, and then the one with Randy, which is his name's not Randy on the show. It's Jonathan Taylor Thomas. Both I think it's Duplicity. I think.
yes,
Yeah.
he's sitting there going, Randy. I'm like, breathe.
Just like stop. Anyway, and then season 3 Metropolis with Cal. Where would you put this one?
For me, I'd put it number 1.
Boom, baby. I agree. What would you put number
Cut.
2?
Probably the, I don't know. Probably the Metropolis one with Cal.
Really?
Yeah.
I went season 2. I went 4, 2, 3, 1. Like the pilot's a classic, and like I respect it, but
yeah.
I mean it's it's just slow.
Yeah.
They didn't have old Beeman doing it.
Yeah.
Matt Jr. says, "When doesn't Matt lose?" That is a great point. That is a great point.
He always loses it.
Us
guys.
Matts, we gotta stick together.
Matt ZR, do you ever lose it?
Ow. All right. More, what is it good for? How Clark and Lana have progressed this week. Obviously, not much. Lana has a new boyfriend. We talked about that.
Woohoo.
How Clark and Lex have progressed this week. Lex, it seems, is still pursuing the cave symbols.
Yeah.
So even after the breakup, what was it called? The party's over. The break over.
The bromance breakup.
You know what I'm talking about? I think it was like a Fall Out Boy album. The break's over. The makes over. Something. I don't know. Thanks for the memories.
I can move mountains.
There it is. But Kal-El,
Kal-El.
who is not Cal. I want to be very clear about this.
Yeah.
Kal-El and
And
Cal,
Cal.
two totally different personas.
Oh, I agree with that.
There
yes.
are 3 Clarks at play here. We
Yeah.
got Clark, the one that we know. We got Cal, which is otherwise known as Red Clark.
Yeah.
And then we got Kal-El, who is brainwashed Jor-El people. That's who Kal-El is. So Kal-El broke into Lex's plane mid-flight and stole Lex's artifact. But did Lex actually see him do it?
I don't think so.
Because we see Kal-El, give it one of those. The thing comes in and he zips out of the plane.
And by the
then
time
we
he
turn
looks
around
up-
and no, we see his eye. His eye's already looking. So how long was his eye looking? I probably shouldn't do that. I think that's like an Illuminati symbol or something. Fuck the Illuminati. Fuck anything that
Everything.
might have been looked like obviously. Because I think stupid people use that also.
Yeah.
Those people that would be
Yeah,
like,
Matt.
okay. Anyway,
God.
how Lex and Lana have progressed this week.
She sees a poster of him in Paris and kind of smirks at it. but
That's what I
about
said.
it.
That's literally what I have on here, Maggie. I put, again, not much due to Jason, but Lana did see a magazine cover of Lex, which seemed to make her smile.
Yeah.
Kind of smile.
Kind of smile.
It wasn't like a.
It was like no. It was like more like oh, there's Lex. Of course he's on a poster right now.
Yeah, she wasn't mad to see him.
No,
So I mean,
No.
there's that to it.
and I bet she's like, well, I guess he's never visited me in Paris.
Well, he almost died.
Yeah, I know.
Which
Because
is
he's got to have those shots injected.
blood
like-
transfusion.
blood
Clean. They
transfusion.
gotta clean his blood every 72
Yeah.
hours. You want to know something funny, Maggie?
What?
I'm just going to go ahead and tell you this. They never mention it again. Okay?
Nuh-uh.
Hand to God. Now,
Dang it.
they don't spell it out, okay? But it is theorized that that when Clark when Kal-El like awakens the jewel, you know, and it like starts glowing and like grabs it right before like
It
Kal-El like
zips
breaks
out.
into the plane, that it healed him.
Oh.
That's what they go with. Now
So,
it
wait.
never says that, but yeah, we never see him need clean blood or anything. That storyline's gone.
So basically, you got the Superman kiss.
Now that would
Kinda.
make him forget.
Well, he got healed.
No, he got the Jarrell hands. The Jonathan. Remember Jonathan's healing hands? Remember that? That's so weird. And lastly, Maggie, we have a new segment.
Lois and Clark.
How Clark and Lois have progressed this week, everybody. Lois has seen Clark naked,
Good for her.
but naked.
Good for her.
He was without apparel,
Her and that Chinese lady had a good view.
half naked.
Booty.
Lois knows Lois knows from Chloe that Clark can help her.
Because she watched a video at the torch.
Lois gets to know Martha a bit more.
Yep.
Clark is thankful for Lois's help while he was Kal-El. Clark teams up with Lois to find Chloe, and Lois is now staying at the Kent farm.
Yeehaw!
Maggie, when I tell you that antics ensue, boy, you just wait.
I can't wait.
It's great.
She's gonna see his butt
Like,
so much.
You remember how Martha was kind of getting like not irritated at Lois, but like remember when Lois was like in the house and was like getting coffee and stuff, and she's like, "Is Clark up? I'll go check." You know, and Martha's like, "No."
He's
Now
not here.
Imagine that, but with Jonathan. Okay, it's gonna be great. God damn it, I love this season. This season's too good, man. Oh my god, it's got some good shit. So, Lois and Clark off to a beautiful beginning of a tumultuous relationship. Let's get into continuity. Bridget Crosby, I feel like I'm really loud. Bridget Crosby states the symbol burned into the Kent's field in the episode Covenant is the Kryptonian symbol for Crusade. This is the third variant of kryptonite to be featured on Smallville. Black kryptonite. I guess you weren't really in here when we were talking about it. Black kryptonite. What do you think about black kryptonite existing? Which we have a whole segment on this.
We have
later.
red. We have clear. We have green.
Oh fuck, we do have clear. I forgot. We do technically have clear. So this
do
would be
have
the
clear.
fourth variant. Wow. Good call. I completely forgot that technically we had clear kryptonite because
Yes.
the like cleared out the jewel or whatever.
Yeah. The black kryptonite looked pretty cool.
Do you think now this is like one of the first instances of black kryptonite. I mean, I want to say it had showed up. Actually, you know what? Put a pin in that because I have the kryptonite section later on in the show. So
Okay.
we'll go over that. Don't worry.
All right.
This episode further fleshes out the relationship among Clark's different personalities. There's Clark's normal personality, the result of his biology, experiences, and upbringing. Then there is the Cal, or Red Clark, when he is affected by red kryptonite. He is unconcerned of any repercussions or consequences from his actions and is incredibly uninhibited, wanting to share his powers with the world in a boastful way. And finally,
Sounds like a child.
there is Kal-El, a militant permutation set on fulfilling the destiny that Jarrell formulated. He is very mechanical and has no concern for those around him, only for his mission.
Boom, boom, boom.
In Smallville Magazine, issue number 34, that's real, the producers revealed that Lois Lane found a reprogrammed Clark Kent in Miller's Field. Miller's Field. That's the same field where Jonathan and Martha Kent found baby Kal-El during the 1989 meteor shower.
Aw.
1989, good year. You were born.
Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift. Clark came to Earth.
Can't beat it.
I was 2. It's a good year. Lex's ill condition is the result of his father's poisoning his brandy in the episode Covenant. This is the only appearance due to the crystal curing him upon being activated. So it has a name.
What kind of name?
I'm just going to go ahead and say it. The Crystal of Fire.
Ooh.
Crystal of Fire.
Fire.
This episode marks the first time that Lionel and Lois share a scene together. Dr. Hardin has appeared in 6 other episodes, including Stray, Vortex, Exodus, Onyx, Hidden, and Reunion. This is the 6th time Clark has been naked on the show. The last 5 times happened in the episode Pilot, Lineage, Witness, Slumber, and Covenant.
I wonder if they keep track of that on Talkville.
Maybe. I guess he was naked in Covenant. I was trying to remember, but I guess at the end when he's like laying like an S.
Yeah.
And then we see his S, if you know what I'm saying. Aside from season 1, this is the first season to feature a new character added to the main cast that has not been previously featured as a guest star. That is, of course, Jason.
Oh.
Yeah, Lois is a guest star.
Yeah.
She does not become a main cast member. I want to say it's at least season 6, if not even later. Like, she is just a reoccurring guest star, which is bullshit. And I want to say the only reason they did it was so they didn't have to pay her main cast.
Probably.
Yeah. Like, she was in...
Jensen Ackles, they're like, crap.
I think it was something like you could be in a total of like you couldn't be in more than half of the episodes without being given credit as being a main cast member.
Yeah.
So like they actively didn't, like they kept her out of episodes so that she wouldn't be paid enough. Yeah, it was fucking horseshit. That's why Seth Green was added to the main credits in like Buffy season 3 or 4 or whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, now it's time to talk about all the new people we met this week.
Welcome to the party, pal.
Yeah.
Matt ZR says you've been reading Smallville Wiki.
Yes, that is exactly where that is exactly what I did. It's like, hang on, I think it's called Fandom. Let me see. Can I pull this up without like closing everything?
You closed everything.
It's called Smallville Wiki. It's a fandom site. Yeah, no, that's exactly where I go. I did the same for Transformers. Super helpful. Shout out to them.
May 31st, 1989.
1989.
That's what Game City Savior says.
What was that?
May 31st, 1989.
Is that when he landed?
I guess so. Matt CR says it was a weird, stupid DC restriction with Lois as far as I knew of.
That sounds right.
Sounds like DC.
Yeah, DC always making stupid things. Like
Stupid rules.
like there was something like they wouldn't let them use. I want to say it was Batman. Like they could never use Batman because they didn't want to confuse people by having 2 Batmans. Even though they had Superman Returns come out while Smallville was on, but they were like, no. Fuck it, you're not gonna ruin Batman for us, okay? And I mean,
No,
honestly, fair enough. Like I get it. You know, Dark Knight makes $1 billion. You probably don't want fucking Smallville screwing it up, even though it wouldn't.
No.
But whatever.
It wouldn't matter.
Welcome to the party, pal. We got Lois Lane showing up for the first time, played by Erica Durance. Jason Teague, played by Jensen Ackles. Bridget Crosby, played by the one and only Margot Kidder. And of course, making his first appearance in the series. Will it be his last? I don't know. Kal-El. Kal-El's first appearance.
I have a feeling we will see him more.
Would you say this is Kal-El's second appearance now that I think about it? Because would you say Clark was Clark when he was a baby? Or was he Kal-El when he was a baby?
I think Clark was Clark.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because he was a baby.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they didn't like brainwash him to become Clark. Okay.
No.
There we go. Fair enough. Now let's remember all those that we lost this week on Smallville. Kal-El. That's it. We lost Kal-El. Maybe. There's a question mark. Because I'll be honest, I don't remember if he comes back. Now, like, I know we get other permutations
Yeah.
of Clark. Like, I know that. But, like, I don't recall if this specific version of Kal-El returns or not.
Oh, okay.
Now, I will say that this was on there, but I don't think I included it anywhere. This is the last time we see the 8 on his chest.
Good God.
Yeah.
This would drive me crazy.
Yeah, it looked like it itched.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Matt ZR says, and Erica actually joins the main cast next season just because it was asked.
Oh, thank you. I could not remember. So it's season 5. Okay, well that's good.
That's good.
That's good. Now she does show up quite a bit in season 4, but awesome.
Good.
Sweet.
Pay her.
I'm glad. Let's see here. That's when I landed.
That's what.
Oh wait.
Bro, I landed May 24th.
Yeah. You
Which
guys
is-
are some May babies.
Yeah.
Some May babies.
End of the
End of the
May.
end of May.
Yeah.
Happy May Day. Midsummer. All right.
Let's go around the maypole.
Now let's talk about our freak of the week.
Major funky.
Yeah. Freak of the week this week. Kal-El.
Me?
Maggie.
You went like this?
Freak of the week is Maggie, everybody.
I do feel like the freak of the week today.
No,
yes.
obviously, Kal-El is the freak of the week. Current ranking of freak of the week? No one, because
No
this is
one.
the first episode of season 4.
He's
Brand new
number
list.
one.
Brand new list.
Yeah.
At number 1, Kal-El. Kal.
Kal-El.
There you go. So your current ranking at number 1, Kal-El.
Who's the best freak of the week all time? Kal-El.
That's great. God. Now let's get into puberty, but with superpowers. And yes, this is what you've all been waiting for. We're about to talk about Clark flying.
Yeah. Big change.
Bingo.
So, in this episode, Clark or Kal-El use the following abilities: super strength,
Mhm.
X-ray vision, telekinesis.
Mm.
Now, I had to double back on this because I was like, when the fuck did
God,
Clark
Matt.
use telekinesis? Like, telekinesis, not a Superman ability. Superman doesn't use telekinesis, all right? He might throw a giant cellophane S at you, but telekinesis, not so much,
Oh,
okay?
that should be a clip segment.
That should be, like, where we rank the superpowers or something. Yeah, that would be great. Somebody remember that for us. So he used telekinesis. Apparently, I never read the scene this way, but apparently he used telekinesis because he was able to call one of the stones to his hand in Lex's jet at 20,000 feet. So when he gets in the jet, he holds his hand out and the stone like rips into his hand. Apparently that's telekinesis.
I
I
thought
always,
it was attracted to him because he's Kryptonian.
that's what I was thinking. I read it as like the stone was reacting to Kal-El.
Yeah.
Not that Kal-El was commanding the stone to him. But that's how it's listed. That's what we're going to go with because Wikipedia, boom. Savior is older than I am. You're making me feel old, LOL. Matt ZR, you're hilarious. And then also, of course, flight. Now, before we go further, we're going to go into our segment, No Flights, No Tots. Did they break the rule this week? I've got a little bit of a bit here. This is the first episode to fully feature Clark, Kal-El, using his ability to fly, not counting when he floated in the episode Metamorphosis, when he may have flown to save Lana from the tornado in the episode's Tempest/Vortex, or when he woke up on a road after dreaming about flying in the episode Rosetta. Maggie, did they break the No Flights, No Tots rule this week?
I was saying it yes the whole entire time when it happened.
They did not break
Because
the rule.
it's not Clark.
Kal-El might be able to fly, but Clark Kent's still grounded. Okay, in all seriousness, though, that's yes, he flew. I mean, he flew.
He flew.
Obviously. Now, like they may have found a way to like work around it,
Yeah.
but motherfucker, he flew. Okay, the dude like Matrix jumped and
was
like
in the above the frickin' plane. He flew.
he defied gravity. Okay. You would have thought that fuck was the Wicked
Gravity.
Witch of the West, all right? He came down in a
Kiss me
bubble, dog. So, anyway, listen. Yes, he flew. Okay, he flew. He flew. It was great. I was telling Maggie this. I don't know if you watched the show as it aired, then you may remember this. But does anybody remember the WB promos for this season?
It's big.
Because
I
not
know
that.
wasn't.
Yeah.
I know this.
Because they fucking spoiled it. They were like, a new season of Smallville takes flight, and like every single commercial was the shot of him flying through the clouds, and it's like, what the fuck, man? Like, I'm just trying to watch Angel, and now I know you can't even watch the season premiere unspoiled. The fuck, man? God.
That's what we should do next. Just do an Angel show.
I mean, Buffyverse has been on our list, and that would be fun.
I would much rather do that than Arrowverse.
Maggie,
I'm
just because the sheer size of Arrowverse.
Yes, it overwhelms me. And like anytime
Maggie.
you'd say, hey, you know what they're doing on the Flash now? I think we need to get back into it. And then we start getting back into it, and then like it hits this like long drag of boring episodes.
That's because it was weekly, and we never like things when they're weekly, except for like the Disney
Ahsoka.
Plus stuff. Yeah, that's the only time it works.
But yeah, like
But Maggie, in order for us to make something better, we have to make something different. Okay, something more. That was an error reference. I forget what he says.
oh my god.
He said like, my name is Oliver Queen. I spent 5 years in hell,
Yeah.
but in order to save my city, I had to
remember when my
become
parents was
something
binging
else.
that in those episodes.
I forget what he said. Let's see here. He continues to wear the 8 during football, though. That is a very good point. Don't worry, Maggie. That'll make sense here in a little bit.
Yay!
Technically, Clark flew, but like you said, Kal-El can fly, but Clark still can't. LOL. Exactly. I agree with that. Plus, the Arrowverse has issues with the crossovers, so that would be interesting. Agreed. Like, they don't sync up. But that would be fun. That's the fun of it, you know? I mean, Maggie, Buffy and Angel, they don't sync up all the time.
That's simpler because it's 2 shows.
Yeah, this is only 5. Maggie, but here's the thing.
6.
Okay, Maggie, here's the thing.
Batwoman.
Okay? I'm only saying this because you won't remember in 4 years that I said this. Hopefully. But
you never know. I remember really weird things.
Technically, Maggie, the Arrowverse is it would still be going back to Smallville because they go back to Smallville in Crisis on Infinite Earths crossover.
Yeah, I know.
So like, we just have to get to that. So like, but we need the 5 series of context for it.
No.
So we can watch that 6 minutes.
Matt.
Did you know I didn't include
That's
this?
awful, Matt.
I should have included this, but did you know Algo and Miles Miller wrote that scene in the?
They did?
Yeah, that's why it sucked so much. Okay, we're not getting into it because that's like super spoilers.
You're gonna get chat all riled up.
Anyway, it was
They're gonna
terrible.
be like, "Ah."
I was so fucking mad. God,
I
don't
was
wanna
too.
talk
Here
about
I was sitting there. I was like, oh my god, they're gonna show Tom
it.
Welling.
Yeah.
And he's gonna help them or something. Like
He's
you
like,
know,
hey guys, want some fucking hay in my barn? And then you got John Cryer, like, you know, hanging out with a book or something. You know, it's like, fucking. Anyway, we're getting out of here. We're moving on. Maggie, so
remember
Flint's
he doesn't do it. He's not Superman at all.
Shut up. I don't want to talk about it. Maggie, do you remember what they said?
No, I can't remember. I know it's something
He said
stupid.
he gave up his powers.
Yeah.
He doesn't even have superpowers anymore.
And he's got 2 kids.
He has 2 kids.
Yeah.
And it's annoying. It's just annoying. Like, I mean, no. We can't. We literally can't have this conversation because it's just going to spoil the series. Moving on.
Chat, don't say anything. I haven't watched
It's okay.
anything.
Listen, that's 5 years from now. You'll be fine. You'll forget all about it.
No, I remember.
We'll have a whole new kid by then. I mean, we will. You're pregnant. Yeah.
know.
All right. Let's get into drugs. but it's kryptonite.
What's OxyContin?
R.I.P. Ron.
Oxycontin.
Black kryptonite
Black kryptonite.
is a form of refined kryptonite that can separate the personalities of a single being into two separate beings. This kryptonite is created by heating green kryptonite to extremely high temperatures. There is a bit of a continuity error, but we'll talk about that later, possibly. If I left it in, I may not have actually kept that in. Black kryptonite. Kind of talking about this a little bit earlier. So Superman 3, inadvertently very important for this episode. Like, I did not have that planned. Okay,
I think that was funny.
yeah, like a lot of this episode takes some cues from Superman 3, which is super weird to me.
Why?
But like here's a question. Okay, I never thought of this until we were watching it, and then I was like,
Yeah.
did they do this on purpose? So the shot of like the two Clarks, I can't really do it, but like where they're both
Splitting.
like fighting each other.
Yeah.
I just pulled my headphone out.
Yeah.
Is that supposed to be the painting of Naman? Like in his greatest enemy? You know, like they're both coming out of the same body.
Oh yeah. Maybe.
I mean, I know that we've always taken it to mean Lex.
Yeah. But it could
Or
be.
even Fumon.
Come on.
But like, I don't know. I mean, it was just
Dawn.
very interesting that they did it that way.
Yeah.
You know, do you think that they used black kryptonite for this as a reference to the tar that was used in the fake kryptonite in Superman 3?
That would be a pretty cool reference in a way.
I don't know. I tried to look into it. I know
Yeah.
black kryptonite had shown up some in the comics, but it was a very rare occurrence.
Yeah. You always hear about red and green.
Yeah. And then there's other kryptonites. And like, I feel like Smallville sometimes doesn't get it right. I think I might actually have some of this in the references, the DCU references. So we'll talk more about that. But black kryptonite, of course, being able to split
Yeah.
and also recombine, because like she uses it on him and it
Yeah.
splits, but then he shoves it into Kal-El and that puts them back together, but now he's in control.
Yeah. I don't know. That was weird.
It's interesting. So now it's time for That's Just Prime, our favorite quotes from the episode.
Well, that's just prime.
All right.
Man, we got y'all stirred up with the crosses thing. Matt ZR says that still ticks me off about with the crosses thing.
Thank you. Thank you.
Game City Savior says, "Wow, that's sad to know. It doesn't seem like they'd write that when the show is about accepting himself."
Exactly.
Like,
Honestly, like, and I
so
don't,
stupid.
I don't even think they watched
I
like
knew
the
we'd
series
hit a
finale.
nerve.
You know,
Yeah.
like I don't think they know how the series ends because, and I definitely know they didn't read the season 11 comics. Okay, like I can't verify that. But no, there's no fucking way these fucks like read all season 11. All right, they were just like sleeping through season 5 and 6 and 7. Okay, there ain't no way
No,
that they read those comics. All right,
They're smoking.
Don't
They
get me
made their
started.
money and they left.
Don't get me fucking started. Jonathan Clark, your mother tells me you can fly. Clark, Kal-El can fly. Clark Kent is still earthbound.
Yeah, Jonathan Martha's.
That's right, everybody.
Man.
Mother 3 confirmed. Earthbound. He's earthbound.
Oh
Mother 3. It's a joke.
my god.
It's a joke.
Anyways, what I was saying.
Earthbound.
Man, Jonathan Kent and Martha just
Dude.
got the making out.
Get it. That's what I'm saying. Fucking get it, man. Dude's been asleep for 3 months. Like, Martha needs some of that sweet JK. You know what I mean? She wants that. Never mind.
No.
Black Kryptonite actually was created for Smallville, but it later got adapted to the comics. Thank you, Matt ZR. Thank you for that. So yeah. So maybe it might have been just a deep reference to Superman 3.
I bet it was.
Even though in Superman 3 it was green. But they used tar,
But they used tar.
which I feel like is, you know.
Okay.
And they had
Anyways,
to differentiate it.
quotes.
That was it. That was the only one I picked.
Wow.
I mean, like, you know, there was other stuff like I mean, sure, I could have been like, oh, Lois Lane,
Yeah.
nice to meet you. You know, like, I mean, stuff like that. You know what I mean? But I didn't, because we already talked about all of it.
I feel like we're that monkey.
Oh wait, I should have
sitting on
put the
stool.
Bridget Crosby. The only thing that can take on a father's will is a mother's love. Is a motherfucker. He's one bad
Oh
motherfucker.
my god.
And she just screams. It just starts tearing the barn down.
Who are you talking about? Martha?
Bridget Crosby. She just fucking loses it.
Oh, every time. I have been mean to tell you this, and
Yeah.
I'm just going to say it out loud
Yeah.
on this. Anytime Margot Kidder is mentioned,
Yeah.
or we've watched Superman, I just have that reference burned.
In Family Guy. Yeah. Yes. That's
And I'm
exactly
like,
what I was thinking.
Why is she going crazy and screaming? Did she do that to somebody?
I'll be honest. I don't know if that happened, but I have the exact same thing just burned in my brain. Sorry, forgot my purse. Oh my god. So good. It was great having her.
Yes.
Now let's get into DCU references, part of a bigger universe. You just don't know it yet.
You become part of a bigger universe. You just don't know it yet.
All right, everybody.
Here, Martha. Here's some black krypton. Ah!
Strap in and strap on, because we got a lot of DC references in this one. So hold on to your
Hold on.
hold into your
The
what is it? Bung? I thought you said bunghole or something.
bungles.
DC references. So Maggie, a crusade is a rigorous campaign towards something. The title
Crusades.
the title refers to Kal-El and Lex's search for the Stones of Power. TM. So the stones are called the Stones of Power.
Crusades are about them finding Jesus.
But that, Oh wait, and Superman is an allegory.
For Jesus. Or God, I should say. God.
It's a whole thing. Does he fly because? Never mind. Anyway, it may also be referring to Lois's quest to find Chloe's killer. Lois Lane is the 15th DC Comics character to be adapted into the series. This is the first and only season premiere in which the Luthor mansion is not seen. I almost couldn't say mansion. This is the first season premiere that does not feature Pete, the boss, Ross. God damn.
I'm sorry. I enjoyed him for a little bit, like when he did learn about Clark's secret and stuff.
Yeah.
But then it's just like, we don't know what to do with him.
I blame the writers.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to say. I blame the
And
writers.
then-
I
and
don't
then
blame
the
anything
Pete the
else.
Boss Ross episode. I just
Yeah. Like, I don't think it was the actor's fault.
no.
You know, and I'm
No,
not,
no, no,
obviously,
no.
I'm not against, having
No.
Pete there,
Yeah.
obviously. But just, they didn't know what to do with him.
Mm-mm.
They completely nerfed his character. And, I mean, they didn't do anything. So it was boring, you know? It sucks. Anyway, there's a whole other conversation we can have about that. During the original run of this episode, Allison Mack was not in the opening credits because they wanted to give the illusion that Chloe
Oh.
Sullivan had actually died. However, this was not kept for repeat broadcasts, the DVD, Blu-ray releases, or streaming versions of the episode, as they used the official season 4 opening.
Okay.
So there you go. I do appreciate the effort
Yes.
into not having them.
Good job, guys.
Kind of like when they added, well, spoiler alert for Buffy season 6.
Oh.
All right. When they added Tara to the opening credits for the episode that she died in. Like, that was fucked up.
That was messed up.
God, I'll never
man.
forgive them for that. Fucking God, dude. As soon as when you're watching a Buffyverse show and somebody's finally happy that they're died, like they're done.
Yeah.
It's over. They're gonna die like
Hey.
immediately.
Speaking of Buffy, Allison Hannigan's on Dancing with the Stars.
Is she really?
Yes, she is.
Is her husband? Alex.
I don't think so. I haven't
Alex?
seen, and I follow him. I haven't seen anything.
Okay. That's interesting.
It kind of makes me want to watch it.
Now, fuck Dancing with the Stars. They went against the struck.
I know.
I mean, we could still watch it, I guess. It doesn't matter. Nothing matters. It's Disney. They own all of us anyway. When Clark as Kal-El is lying in the pentagon shape in the cornfield and electricity is flying everywhere, the electricity forms an S shape for a few short seconds.
Yeah.
Coupled with the pentagonal shape, this closely resembles the iconic symbol on Clark's future costume as Superman.
Matt, the whole entire time staring at me. Did you see it?
No.
Yes, you did.
No, I was watching the
looked at-
episode.
No, you
I
looked
was
at me and
watching
you're
the
like,
episode.
did you see it?
I may have done that, but I wasn't going. Did you see it, Maggie? Did you see it?
I saw it.
Did you see it? Here, let me run it back for you. Look, we'll go frame by frame.
I'm gonna start saying no. See what you do.
Okay, and then I'll just rewind it.
Okay. And then I'll say no again.
All right, you remember that. And when it takes us an hour and a half to watch one episode of Smallville, you'll wish you'll drop that bit real quick. All right, you'll be tossing your chip in for your own bit. Nailed it. Dancing with the Stars actually had an agreement with the guild so they could film. Well, fuck me, Matt ZR. I'm so sorry. I thought that they
You're
did.
the best.
I'm sorry. I guess we can watch Dancing with the Stars. Sorry.
Yay.
Sorry. My apologies to Dancing with the Stars for calling you a bunch of fucking scabs. I'm sorry. And I do mean that. I know I'm coming across like a jackass right now. I really do mean it. I really do, okay? And honestly, thank you, Matt ZR, for correcting us. We want you all to do that in the chat when we say things that are wrong. So please, thank you. So the what?
It's just so funny. That's all.
The red blanket that Lois gives to Clark makes him resemble his future iconic figure as Superman, as it almost resembles a red cape while walking around in the hospital.
But big old butt.
Oh. I thought you were like trying to think of the rest of your sentence.
No.
When Kal-El flies, his arms are at his sides. Unlike Superman, who's known for putting one arm or both arms straight in front of him. I feel like Zod. I feel like Zod in some iterations, or maybe Black Adam.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like the bad guys usually
I
fly
was
with
supposed to
their.
say the ones in the original Superman movie. They're like this.
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't mean those because I mean, you know, they had to maintain balance while they were strung up.
Anyway.
This is the first episode that features black kryptonite. However, technically, it may have also appeared in the pilot when the meteors containing green kryptonite are heated upon entry into the Earth's atmosphere.
Science.
I mean, do we see it? No. But theoretically, it was there.
It was there. But it was also covered up by rock.
The effects of black kryptonite seem similar to the effects of synthetic kryptonite in Superman 3, where Superman was split into two personalities, a good Clark Kent and an evil Superman. Sound familiar? In post-crisis continuity, black kryptonite was used by Lex Luthor to expose Supergirl's true nature. It had one of two effects. On Kara Zor-El, it split her negative persona from her pure self. And while in Superman's case, he said it stripped him of his sanity, turning him evil for an undisclosed amount of time. In All-Star Superman, Black K has the effect of inverting the moral standard of the individual Kryptonian affected by it, turning Superman bad for a short time while also causing his abilities to weaken gradually alongside his mental acuity.
Black K sounds like a drug, man.
That's why it's drugs, but with kryptonite.
I know.
What's
You got me jacked up.
content?
You got me jacked up on that K. I wear my K Swiss. I wear my K Swiss. Snorting some K.
Swiss.
Some quick. Snorting some Q. All right. In Prime Earth continuity, do you know what Prime Earth continuity is?
Yes.
What is it?
That's Prom Earth.
God damn it, Maggie, you don't know what it is. That is the post rebirth era of DC Comics. So there was Crisis, right? There was pre-Crisis, post-Crisis. Then there was the New 52, right?
Yeah.
Then after the New 52 was the Rebirth era. Okay, and in the Rebirth era, they decided that that what had always been known as Earth 1, which is the Earth that we've always been on, in the comics, that was now the Prime Earth. Okay. Now it gets confusing because there's Superboy Prime from Earth Prime,
Yeah.
which is supposed to be our Earth.
Yeah.
Okay, like because he
Yeah.
can read the comics that
Yeah.
we're reading,
Yeah.
right? So that's no more. So everybody with me on that? Okay. So
Yes.
in Prime Earth continuity, the Batman Who Laughs used a modified version of Black Kryptonite on his universe's Clark and John Kent to drive them into a killing frenzy, ripping apart their universe's Lois Lane and each other. He had previously used it on Supergirl, who tore her family to pieces before killing her. I thought it just blew your mind. I didn't know she was
I
yawning.
mean, you did. I was about to go, and then it turned into a yawn. I'm sorry.
In the Arrowverse show, Supergirl, Black Kryptonite is used to give people extraordinary powers and create the World Killers. What is a World Killer? I don't know. That's why we gotta watch the Arrowverse.
God, Matt.
Maggie, Beth from Cloverfield is in Supergirl. All right. What more reason do you need to watch it? One more reason, Maggie. Come on.
It's gonna make us money.
That's why we need content. Okay.
Oh, it's too long.
All right. After
Can we just do Supernatural instead?
That's 15 seasons.
I'd rather do 15 seasons of one show than do
15 seasons of 5 different shows?
of-
Like total. Although I guess it doesn't matter. All right. The idol that Lex finds in the Egyptian pyramid has Kryptonian inscriptions behind it, which translate saying, "This is the first crystal of knowledge."
Crystal of Knowledge.
After Martha
Respect.
says, "Trust me, that can happen to the best of us," about falling for a farm boy type, Lois replies, "Not me. Give me a nerd with glasses any day of the week." In the comics, Clark Kent wears glasses.
No way.
I mean, it is,
No way.
All right. Margot Kidder's portrayal as Bridget Crosby is significant to fans of the Superman films because Kidder also played Lois Lane in the 4 Superman films. She is the 4th alum of the Superman feature films to have a role in Smallville, following Annette O'Toole, Christopher Reeve, and Terrence Stamp. So my thing of like having the characters there for when they like are introducing like a special thing, it works because Annette O'Toole was in the pilot and they introduced Lana in the pilot. And so that was Annette O'Toole passing the torch Lana to Lana.
If only Margot Kidder could talk to that Lois Lane.
I'm really surprised they didn't
Or
work
at
in a
least
scene.
like bumped into each other.
Yeah.
Said something snarky to each other.
Something. Like
Yeah.
I'm really surprised.
Yeah.
You know? Like, hey, do you know where the Kents live? Like, I mean, literally anything. Yeah. Like anything.
Yeah.
I'm surprised. Bridget Crosby's relationship with Dr. Swan in a former life is an allusion to the relationship of Superman, Christopher Reeve, and Lois Lane, Margot Kidder, in the Superman feature films. The scene where Clark fights Kal-El is similar to Superman 3, where Clark fights an evil Superman persona. In both cases, the evil personality has the S symbol on their chests, and also Clark wins the battle in both cases. He didn't really have the S. It was like that 8. It was that 8 thing, that Kryptonian.
Yeah.
You know. Oh, let's see where we're at. When Kal-El appears on the radar, the pilot says, "What is it? A bird? A plane?" Referring to the famous line from Superman TV show starring George Reeves. No relation to Christopher Reeve.
Mm-mm.
George Reeves and Christopher
Reeve.
Reeve.
Yeah.
Interesting.
One's plural.
Yeah, there's two of them. This episode marks the second time that Annette O'Toole and Margot Kidder both appeared on screen at the same time, the first time being the end of Superman 3.
And then
What
we
a
don't-
waste.
We don't see Annette O'Toole ever again.
Yeah, she's like, man, God, like they finally, Superman 3 is garbage. And then the final scene, they do something that's like vaguely interesting. And then they just fucking abandon it so they can get some fucking nuclear man or what. I don't want to talk about it. Let's get into the talent mix. Remy Zero.
Remy Zero!
Yeah, I like these guys. Yeah. Remy Zero!
This episode featured Better Days Will Come by Tahiti 80. Tahiti
80.
Tahiti 80.
Tahiti 80.
That's their name.
Tahiti 80. Tahiti.
Oh, Yukari by Hildegard of Bingen. Plus Prez de Moy Roman Moy by Sandrine. Sandrine. That's it.
That second one, man.
Yukari? You try it. Hildegard of Bingen. Yukari.
Oh, Yukari Hildegard of either Bingen or Bingen.
See? Not so easy, is it? It's time for the countdown to Billy. 26 weeks until Billy gets here.
I'm 24 weeks on.
Wait. There's 24 weeks left of your pregnancy?
I'm 24 weeks today.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so that's, 16 weeks? So we'll be about halfway through the season
Yeah.
when that happens.
Yeah.
Well, actually, it's not 26 weeks because it's like episode 3, I think, of season 5. So
Okay.
we'll have like 5 episodes left when we take a sabbatical. Who knows? Maybe Maggie will be doing this podcast on painkillers and with a newborn. I'm joking. We're not doing that. We'll figure all that out.
I'm sleeping on a couch, guys.
I've been considering doing like a mini series while Maggie is on parental leave during that time.
Maternity leave, Matt.
Whatever. I mean,
You
whatever.
have paternity leave.
Anyway, I don't know, but like I was thinking I could like have somebody like Skype in or something, and we could talk about like the X-Men movies or
You
something.
need
I
the
don't
wheel
know.
back so you can spin it and see who you can get hold of.
That sounds
And
like a bad
Billy's on
idea.
there more than half the time.
We'll see. We'll figure it out. We got 16 weeks to figure it out.
That's actually stressing me out. There's so much to
Yeah,
do.
we really
There's
gotta
so
stop. We
much
gotta
crap
stop.
to do, man.
Now let's talk about next time on Smallville.
Gadget next time.
Jesus. Next week's episode, season 4, episode 2. Gone.
Like Gone Girl?
Like
Get gone?
thought I'd write, I thought I'd let you know that the years since you've been gone, I finally let you go.
Or
And
Sugar
I
the
hope you find some time to drop a note. But if you want, then you want it, I will consider you gone. Ben Folds.
It's about Chloe being gone.
Maybe. I don't know what the episode's about. But Maggie, based solely off the title,
That's what my guess was.
that's the plot of the episode?
Yeah, Chloe's gone. They think she's gone. And maybe she comes back.
How small you are in the
I
frame.
know.
right
I can't help it right now, man.
It's okay. I just think it looks funny.
I just gotta stretch out, man. I can't
Hey, no worries, Maggie.
sit on this chair like
No
that.
worries, because this has been Going Back to Smallville, our weekly podcast where Maggie and I rewatch and recap every episode of Smallville, week by week, episode by episode. Thank you for joining us, everyone. This is the last live episode of the week. Thankfully. We got some stuff going out this weekend. We got a trailer reaction for a new Disney movie. That'll be going out hopefully tomorrow. We'll see. And then we got another video going out about Good Burger. I actually got two videos going out about Good Burger.
Yeah.
So one of them is for members only. So if you want to be able to check it out, you got to head over to patreon.com/hopefully awesome like these fine folks did, or join the membership right here at youtube.com/hopefully awesome. Shout out to our Patreon producer for the month of September, Basilius of Stupidonia. Greatly appreciate you very much.
Appreciate you guys in chats.
Yes, thank you for showing up, hanging out with us. We love it. We love to see it.
Matt company.
Yes, very much appreciated. Game City said, "I think flying with my arms to, flying with arms to his side is cooler. Definitely seems more like a speeding bullet." Very true. And Matt ZR, final message on here says, "The Arrowverse has a lot of Smallville alums." That is very true. Very, 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 very true. I won't even get into all of them right now. But that's going to wrap it up for us, everybody. Thanks for hanging out. We'll be back again next Monday with our review of The Creator on the Hopefully Awesome show, as well as maybe Paw Patrol. Maybe.
Yeah.
At least a 30-second review.
Man,
of Paw
I
Patrol.
wish we could get Viv in here and be like, what do you think?
We can maybe record it and show it.
What do you think of Paw Patrol? Cool. Awesome.
That's exactly what you would
Popcorn.
say. Tuesday, of course, we'll be back for the season finale of Ahsoka.
Hey.
Watch along. Come hang out with us. Next Wednesday, we'll be coming back for Going Back to Smallville. We're preempting it from Thursday. So we can do Going Back to Smallville on Wednesday next week. We'll be doing it live at 9. And then on Thursday, we'll be doing a live watch along of Loki. Season 2 premiere. So going forward, after that, Going Back to Smallville will be on Tuesdays.
Yeah.
All the way through the end of Loki. We'll probably keep it on Tuesdays.
That's what we had.
That's what it was originally, yeah.
To begin with.
So, anyway. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. Hope y'all have a great weekend. Enjoy your Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And we'll see you back again next time.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching, and as always,
have a hopefully awesome day.
Bye.